Hi YouTube. So I'm doing this again. I did a video earlier and it seems like YouTube is making some changes or whatever, but whatever happened, it wouldn't let me upload the video. I couldn't even edit it, so I'm starting over again. And I come to you today with thoughts of doing this video on alcohol use or abuse and smoking and any other drug and the effects that it has on you when you are in the moment, especially if you overindulge yourself in the activities. The thing is, I can tell you only my experience with it all. And what I wanted to talk about is two stories that I have. One of them is based on when I first started drinking and my experience behind it, and the first time I tried smoking, which was my first and last time. So I've always been a drinker. Well, not now. I haven't had a drink like I used to. I used to go out a lot. It was a habit. I used to go out a lot. I used to party a lot. Used to drink a lot. And it was a weekend routine. And I did this for 3, 4, 5 years straight at a time. And it became to the point where I just I couldn't find that level of satisfaction. So I kept, I kept intensifying whatever it was I was drinking. And with that being said, I'm just trying to say that I went from drinking mild to heavy. And what that did to me in the long run was cause me to get into a terrible accident, which could have killed someone. I could have killed someone or hurt them really bad, or myself. But I thank God that I was able to walk away from it to talk about it today. And I used to just party a lot. Party. To the point where you couldn't tell me that I wasn't in control of myself and what I was doing. I was so deep into what I was doing, it's like I invented it. And I was proud of it, and that's definitely not a good thing. I was proud of what I was doing. And I just lost my ladylike. I lost my self-respect. And it went on for a little while. And then before you know it, I just quit. But what caused me to quit was the accident I had one night coming back into town. And I wasn't drunk. I was sleepy. I was so sleepy till I had dozed off. And the sleep, it felt like it didn't even happen. That's just how quick in a second things turned for me. And it was a wake-up call for me. Because before that accident happened, I fell asleep at the wheel. I ran into a parked vehicle, and no one was in it. No one was hurt. I bumped the back side of it, dented pretty bad. Messed up the front of my car. I had a really bad front end damage to where I couldn't even drive home. The car was just steering its own way. And then I was just so scared. It woke me up. It was seriously like a wake up call, like a real wake up call, not just, it was a wake up call in real life. Like I experienced coming back from whatever it was I was doing. I just didn't want to do it again. At that very moment, I decided I'm done with it. And I'm leaving this behind. It's not even that serious. I'm done. So I made it to wherever the car allowed me to go, which was like 2 blocks away from my house. And I was probably about 4 or 5 blocks away from my house when I had the accident. And I made it to the house. I'm like, what to do? I don't know what to do. I'm scared. I don't want to go to jail. I was trembling. I was shaking. I called the police. They came. And he surprised me because he was so nice. I mean, it was like an angel. That's just how the situation ended up when the police came. It was like I was talking to an angel, somebody that was very, very understanding and forgiving. Like, I forgive you. And he was the cop. So he was just like, was anybody hurt? What you heard? I'm like, no, I'm okay. I'm just shaking. So he said, I'm going to go back to the residence where the accident happened and talk to them and see what they want to do with this. In other words, if they want to press charges or not, and they didn't. So he came back, and I was so scared when he pulled back up. And when he pulled up and he was like, well, you had God with you tonight, you had angels with you tonight, or something like that, he said, because they don't even want to press charges. They're not even worried about it. It was like, I don't know. My mind was all over the place, but not in a bad way. All I could do is just thank God. Once I made it in my house, all I did was just cry and just thank God, because it could have been worse that night, at that very moment. And so that was like really the second time, because the first accident I had, I was drinking a bit much. We were coming from out of town, my cousin and I, and there was a car on the side of the highway, and they looked like they was, broke down or whatever. And I'm always the type that I want to stop and help people. And this night I'm doing it, and I didn't signal as I was moving over, and someone ran into me. And the impact was so bad that the front of their SUV was in the back of my back seat. It just missed us, but we were still pretty crushed. So we just got our way out of the car, and that happened. So it was 2 times that it was really bad, and it could have been life-threatening. It was 2 bad situations that I experienced from drinking. And the things that come along with drinking is being sluggish and being sluggish, and just not really being able to even be understood from others. And I lived that life for a while, and there's nothing that I'm proud of. I'm just sharing this story with you because God brought me out of that, and I'm so thankful for that. And I'm glad I'm here to tell it, and really tell it like it is, and keeping it real with you 100%. I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything and make myself seem so much like what I didn't used to be, because that was me. I was there. And so that was the end of my life experience with drinking. I put that behind me, and I kept it behind me, and I don't have the urge to drink and go out and party and none of that anymore. My life is fully dedicated to just working and being at home. And I have a 19 and a 20-year-old I'm more focused on, being a support system for my kids and the things that they want to do in life. And all of that is just a thing of the past. But during that time, I was out and going out partying, and I always wonder what it felt like to be high, because I never was a smoker. I never smoked. I don't smoke. But I wanted to try it that night. My cousin and I, we were sitting at a club in the parking lot, and the guy, he was sitting next to us, and he held his blunt up to us. And we was just laughing and everything, being all silly and what. So he was like, y'all want to hit that? That's what they like. And so we was like, no. So he was like, you sure y'all keep looking over here? And I was just saying, what did it feel like to be high? That's what I remember asking him. So he was like, you got to hit it to find out. So he came and sat in my back seat of my car, and we smoked Probably not even for a whole minute or whatever. But the little time I puffed on the thing, I got nothing from that. I didn't even want to. That's just something I ain't want to do. So I wanted to go back to drinking. And like I say, I had been drinking so much till it came to the point where I didn't even want it. Like if I'm drinking gin, I didn't want juice. I had to have it straight, and I had it straight. And we were late night party animals. Like most people start the partying at 10 o'clock at night, ending at 1:30 or 2, they heading home. Not us. We started partying at 12 o'clock at night, probably going home 3, 4, 5 in the morning. So imagine how long that alcohol effect was still in my system and how long I kept feeding into it. And all of those different spirits that I'm hanging around, and all those different spirits trying to attach themselves on to me. And there I am still thinking I'm in control. Oh, I got this, I can handle this. Until my wake up call, the crash. And that really seriously woke me up. And then, like I say, the night that we smoked with the guy out there in the parking lot, I didn't like it, didn't care for it, didn't want it again. So some time passed, and my cousin and her boyfriend, he smoked. But she didn't really smoke. She didn't smoke. Her first and last time trying it was the night that me and that guy and her smoked together in my car. So, but that night, her boyfriend, she said, he going to get something to smoke. You want, whatever. So I'm like, yeah, whatever, it's whatever. So I smoked that night. Now, this was the second time. But this time, I was just like taking my time and chill with it. Like I was really indulging myself in the moment. And then it's like I went through these levels before I got high, before I experienced my first high. First I got dizzy. It's like the lights were just flashing. And I just got dizzy. Because it's nighttime and we still back at that same club in the parking lot. Sitting in the car, just drinking and smoking, listening to music. But this time, it's like I'm really getting high. Something happening here. And I'm getting dizzy, my head spinning. And then I just started getting scared. I was super paranoid for a minute. I was so paranoid now I'm behind the steering wheel. But I'm trying to squeeze down on the floor, like trying to really ball down on the floor because I'm so scared of something. Don't know what I'm scared of, but I just had a feeling that something was behind me or something really bad is about to happen. So my cousin was like trying to calm me down and fan me, and I was just so scared. So her boyfriend, he came and got in the car, and she was telling him, we about to go. I was like, because we got to get out of here. Something finna happen. I don't want to go in the club. I just want to go. I can't drive. I'm going to just lay down. I just remember this so well. So she was telling him, well, I'm about to go because my cousin don't feel good and blah, blah, blah. And he kind of laughed it off with a list, smirk or whatever. He was like, man, why you let your cousin hit the blunt so hard? And I'm like, what was in it? I thought that was just like regular weed. And he was explaining, man, they got purple, they got this, they got that. And I'm like, all this different kind of like, it just sounds like something so different from the smell of marijuana that I was used to growing up smelling. Whoever, would smoke back then in the days. I'm 42 years old. But this story I'm telling you now happened probably almost 12 years ago. So, at that time, if not longer than that. So, yeah, I'm just like scared, paranoid, ready to go. And then after that, I just kind of calmed down when she was like, all right. So I got up out the seat, got on the driver's side. She came around the car. I got on the passenger side. She came around the car to get on the driver's side. And he got out the car. And he came to the window on the driver's side and said, why you let your cousin smoke that thing so hard? Like, hit the blunt so hard. Or hit the weed so hard. I remember him saying stuff like and she was, well, I didn't know. Because I don't feel like that. I'm straight. So he was like, well, all right then. You coming back or whatever? And she said, no, whatever she want to do. So we didn't leave. We just sat there. I was just sitting there. And so the spinning slowed down until it just completely stopped spinning in my head. But then my stomach got so upset, like I felt so nauseated and I needed to throw up, but I couldn't throw up. I kept leaning out the car like I needed to throw up, but I couldn't throw up. And then that went away. And so, like I said, it was levels. First I was dizzy, then I was paranoid, and then I got an upset stomach like I got to throw up. And then I just, I got real thirsty, but I didn't want water. I told her I need something to drink, and it can't be water. And I'm laughing at it now because it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. You know, sometimes we look back at things that we did in life and we can laugh at it. But then it wasn't no laughing matter because I was scared as hell. So after that, yeah, she got me some juice. We still had some juice in the car from the gin and the juice because she would drink more of the juice with her gin. But like me, like I said, I could take it down straight, and that's just how I did it. But we had juice, and I'm like, okay. And I sucked that juice down so fast. And it's like I just completely shook back. Like I was all the way back to just the effect of the little alcohol that was in my system. Because I had to put the cup down and was smoking before all that happened. So we decided to go in the club. And any other time clubbing, we dancing. I mean, we on the floor soon we walk in now. We on the level and we just on the floor. We dancing, we doing whatever. But not that night. That night, I just was chilling. I was like super chilled out, relaxed, just. And we even went stood like in a corner part of the club. I had my shades on, and my cousin, she was like laughing, like, you different. You just acting like something different. I don't know. What's wrong? You all right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. And she's like, because you ain't dancing. I'm like, I know. I'm just chilling. And that's what it was for a moment. And then I started hearing voices like whispering. I just was hearing whispering. Nothing that I can really make out, but it was whispering. And it went from whispering to the sounds of like werewolves, like wolves. I'm just hearing wolves. And I'm hearing the wolves and the whispering. And I'm like, okay, let's go walk over here. So we went to another side of the club thinking I wouldn't hear no more. And I'm asking her, can she hear the same thing I'm hearing? And she like, no, maybe because you just high. Just drink something or whatever. Like, she trying to find a way to like help me shake back from there, but I couldn't shake it off. So I'm like, let's go walk outside. When we walked outside the club, the sound slowed down. It didn't completely go away, but it slowed down a little. So I'm like, what is that? And I'm looking at people, and the people, nobody looked like in a real human form. It looked like they were like a smeared face. That's what they looked like. The image, the person, or persons, everybody that I just looked at. When I took the shades off, I'm like, it still looked like that. So I started to get a little paranoid and started to get a little worried again. And I'm like, I'm ready to go. So after that, yeah, but that's just my experience with drinking and smoking. Like, it's different spirits and different demons. And every demon is set out to do something different to a person's soul. Like, they even have sexual demons. And those demons come, like they say, they get on you when you're asleep. I've had experience with things that you just, it's hard to explain. But I know it happened. And it's something that's real. It's real. And I just wanted to share that story. Didn't mean to make this so lengthy before I got to the actual point of what I wanted to talk about. But yes, demons are real. And spirits are real. And they really can take a strong control over an irresponsible person. And what I call irresponsible is when I was drinking without a second thought of what can happen if I don't slow down. And when I was smoking, when I smoked that one time and that one time only, that after effect, it just make you think like, that made it more real right there. Like, it was more of a sense of they were right there in the flesh. But with drinking, you know, you're sluggish, you're emotional. And, you know, that was me. I'm speaking from my experience drinking or smoking or whatever. And you love everybody, and it's all love. And that can turn out for the worse sometimes, because you can be someone who just wanna be with somebody so bad, especially if you're a single person and you're going out to have fun and you meet someone, and then before you know it, you're in your feelings, you're pouring your heart out to a complete stranger. You know, you can end up taking that person home with you. A one night stand could turn deadly. It can turn so many ways wrong. And we don't be thinking about that when we in a moment, when we in our habits, when we so deep indulged into whatever it is we're doing. We don't be thinking about that. We just go with the move. But that's just something that I wanted to share. Something I've been wanting to post for a while. I just hadn't got around to it until now. And I hope you like the video. If you don't like it, that's fine too. But yeah, but thank you for watching. Talk to you later.